Sleepy, sleepy. Okay. Awesome. So you guys are headed towards the town of Cools, which should be still 2.5 days away, I believe, because you guys didn't really make any progress aside from just getting to the road.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, 2.5 days ahead of you. As you get on the road and start traveling, you catch up to and are sometimes passed by other travelers on the road, moving in the same direction as you. They're getting away from the city of Vales. Many of these people are refugees, though there are a few like official riders and dispatchers that gallop past you on horseback. But almost the entire flow of traffic is away from the city.
That's cool.
Yeah. Your first day.
Give the king my
Nope,
regards.
sorry, keep going.
He seems to have the situation under control.
Look, Nephis would look to Vin and say, good thing we got out of there when we did.
Anton's just gonna keep his head low while in the back of the wagon for now. It's kind of like, God damn it.
We left the city, but I can't escape the books.
Hey, lucky for you, I also know how to read, so...
No.
Yeah. Oh,
trust you.
Is probably
you don't trust me with the books? Okay, fine. God damn it. Okay.
Probably try to put them on your face or something.
They're dusty.
Just consume the knowledge.
You're gonna find... Yeah, sorry.
Oh no, I'm being stupid.
I was saying you're gonna find the way to remove the mask and you're gonna eat the pages.
I know how to read, but this matter does not interest me.
Well, if I'm not trusted to read the books, I'll just kind of sit here.
How...
Go ahead.
How close are we to the turnoff point, for the place where we found the mask?
You're another day away, at least.
So Carlos would have been mostly keeping to himself since the night before, when he had his outburst towards Anton. And he'd kind of half talk to himself, half like talk to Vin. And he kind of remark, trying to remember what that skeleton throne said. Something about if you returned the mask or something, you could return it.
without
think it might be worth going back there.
I don't recall that being spoken, but there may be something that we overlooked there that could help us remove the mask from Anton, or perhaps that being that we spoke to, perhaps it would have the knowledge or the ability to remove the mask from Anton, though I worry about the effects.
It's happening again, Chris.
Chris, stop, please.
Fix your mic,
Clickety,
Chris.
clickety.
Oh,
Yes,
that gave
I-
me shivers.
Yes,
Demons. That's what they sound like.
I feel like that being would probably have more knowledge than the thieves would, and I'd rather they don't find out about this little misstep.
I mean, personally, I'd rather figure it out without ever having to talk to whatever the fuck that was again.
Well, Khutula, I reckon you have about a day to figure it out before we reach the turn-off point. So, if you figure it out before then, we're good. If not, it might be our best option.
I will
I
speak
do
to the
recall-
being for Anton's sake.
What? Didn't the skeleton say something about wearing the mask without consequence or something? He's trying his best to recall.
Yes, if you recall, Mr. Greycastle, it said that only such a creature, a mortal, or what have you, that was worthy could bear the mask. It said nothing about taking it off, though.
Wait. Worthy.
If I am recalling correctly, sir. I
I
did
seem
not
to
write
remember-
about it.
I seem to remember something about him mentioning that as long as you respected their ways and respected the dead or something, that you would be okay. And I thought of anyone, Anton would be that person. He seems the most respectful out of anyone.
Ah, respectful Tomb Raider. Yes.
Hey, I didn't touch anything else. In fact, I still remember the stories that I saw when I walked up to the sarcophagi. It just... some good people in there.
The being even said we were free to take the mask. So
That is
long as we
true.
respected the other. And I'm happy to say we took nothing else but the mask from the catacombs.
Yes, and perhaps he was only referring to that person who wore the mask, that they would be unaffected by it, which, for the most part, Anton seems to be unaffected currently.
I'm not dead yet, thankfully.
Perhaps
They imply
maybe
that-
if you wore the mask, Carlos, it would have a different result.
Why do you think I didn't want to put? Why do you think I didn't want it?
Yes, and now
Anton just kinda
Anton is
gives-
carrying your burden.
Anton just kind of gives Carlos this look. He's just kind of like, what the fuck?
Well, more importantly to Carlos, he's wearing his payday.
Hello?
Hello.
Look,
Okay, good, that works.
I think he seems to be just kind of lost for a moment. Honestly, I don't trust these rogues. I mean, you might feel differently about them, Carlos, but I still don't trust them.
I
They-
trust them enough to not be. I trust them enough to pay me if we return the mask.
Lowly
happening here, Chris?
scoundrels. Fix your mic, Chris.
What the hell is going on?
I think he has a shitty mic or a busted mic or something.
The
You have a
connector on
busted
his
headset.
It's still
He's got a busted
broken.
head.
Oh,
He's got
It's
a
still
busted
fucked.
head. What a surprise! Sorry, guys. D&D's canceled.
Damn it. I waited 7
Time.
days for this. At any rate, I think if we aren't able to manage a solution by the time we reach Cools, then I'm afraid to say it,
Look.
but the mask should be surgically removed.
I don't think that's going to work, Finn. That night probably looked more fucked up than I am already.
Well,
Well,
you
I mean,
decided
if
to put on the mask, Mr. Greycastle.
He just rolls his eyes.
I think Vin might have a point. If we find someone skilled enough, they could potentially just remove the first layer of skin. It would be like just getting a sunburn and the skin peeling off. It would recover well enough.
Carlos, didn't you already take a look at this, try to get this off my face? It's not attached to my skin last I checked. How is
I mean,
surgically
Then what is
removing it going to
attached
work? How do I know?
Well, Anton, I don't hear you coming up with any ideas.
Look, hey, the good news is I'm not dead. And the problem I still have is that those rogues sent you here to get this. Hell, this could have been you. He points to the mask on his face.
They didn't tell him
And-
to wear the mask.
Yeah. However, I did forget to talk about some details the last time we talked, actually. I remember that whole talking thing. Yeah, the thing is that when holding the mask and, tried giving it to Khutula the other day, I got these sensations of just people could break it, somebody could drop it and just accidentally destroy it. So many bad things could happen to this thing. And I couldn't help but feel entrusted most to guard this thing.
What are you
don't think
talking
it's-
about, Mr. Greycastle?
By means is
Are
what
you
if you broke the damn
infatuated
thing?
with this mask?
No.
I think the mask has been influencing him.
Are we supposed to sell
yes.
it? So, like, what are you gonna do when we're supposed to give it to the people that are gonna pay us?
Maybe he's chosen. A chosen Tomb Raider.
Are we traveling during this? We better fucking be.
I
hope
think we
so.
are.
Yes.
Hell
Yes.
Yeah.
Look, one thing I don't know is this thing really worth 150 gold?
No,
Like, I
it's
don't.
It's probably worth a lot more.
Yeah, and you're probably getting the equivalent of nothing but copper pieces from those bastards.
Getting the finder's fee. We don't have the contacts to sell this thing reliably without getting double crossed.
And who might those contacts be? We don't know. They could-
And
No,
on-
we don't, because it's not our job to know. Our job is to recover the mask, and that is it. Have you never done a job before, Anton? Do you know everything? When you were in the military, did all of your commanders give you everything they knew about what was happening in the battle? No, you knew exactly what you needed to do to fulfill your job. This is no different.
Oh,
you
that
son of
was-
a bitch.
We already spent like half the night arguing about this last night. Please.
Well, Carlos, you were the one who was hired to obtain the mask. It's kind
Look.
of your fault for giving it to somebody who was inept to hold it.
Look,
Clearly, I realized that I was mistaken in who I trusted.
how about this? Especially if this is going to be an issue, and
it is
instead
an
of
issue.
instead of those guys paying you, how about I pay you overtime?
Oh my. He's grown attached to the mask. I knew it.
What? No, I'm offering a freaking alternative.
Yes, that could work for Carlos, but those
Anton, that's
those
only
thieves still.
that's only part of the problem. That's a minuscule part. One, the thieves want this. They are paying us to get it. There's other people that want the mask. People that know about it, that know what it looks like. And they will be more than willing to kill you to get it.
With no upfront fee either. How lowly these thieves truly are.
If whoever is desperate enough to contract a couple of thieves to find it, they're probably desperate to do just about anything. And they'd much rather get it for free than however much they're paying them. Probably at least double what they're giving me, probably triple.
We won't really know.
We don't know.
I am certain you'll be in danger for as long as you wear that mask.
Well, let's just hope we can find somebody in
Well,
Cools.
he's grown a fondness for it, unfortunately. I must say, Anton, it does not suit you. You look quite ridiculous with that mask on your face. If that's what you think this is about.
He just he wants to say so many things to Vin, but just keeps it to himself.
I feel like this mask is warping his personality.
I'm still here.
We know, Anton. We're trying to help you.
I don't... Yeah.
It must
What? You don't want our help?
It must be removed from you, sir. There is no outcome where you wearing that on your face for the rest of your life is positive. I will pay for the apothecary at Cools to remove it from you if we do not come to a solution by the time we get there. Deal?
Look, two things. One, if we don't check if this crypt, let's just go to Cools. Let's see if we can find somebody that can just help us with this, okay?
We'll check the crypt if it is what Carlos thinks is best.
I believe it's our best option. We know that the being in there is willing to speak to us.
I simply just want you to be free of this burden, Anton. I'm trying to help you.
Facepalm. It's kind of like just rubbing his eyes for a moment. I'm like, Jesus Christ.
Rubbing his fingers through the mask to rub his eyes.
He can't itch his cheeks.
Mask bomb, yeah, pretty much. Okay, so is there anything else we want to talk about here then?
No.
I'm quite decided.
Yeah, alright. I got nothing.
I'll take us by the crypt.
Please do let us know if you find something before then, Khutula.
I'm doing my best.
Read faster, dumbass.
If only somebody entrusted me with a book.
You got 2 eyes, read 2 pages at once.
What?
Ever since the monastery, it's like, hey, can you speed up your research?
Oh my god!
Here's a shopping list of things I need you to research today.
It all makes sense. It's all written out.
What do you mean you don't understand? It's a book. Read it.
What was that?
Sounded like fucking battleship.
You sunk my battleship.
Okay, we continue on.
Mm-hmm.
The first day of travel passes uneventfully for you. Again, you're just sort of managing your way through a fairly consistent stream of refugees. You make it the full day's travel, and you settle down to camp for the night. And even as you're camping, you hear the sound of people working their way through the evening. As long as there's even the dimmest amount of light, people are still traveling on the roads. Some with lanterns, some are just sort of wandering through the darkness of the road.
How many rations will we go through on this venture from Vales to Cools?
You will be going through 3 rations unless you end up staying somewhere or doing something that takes you longer than your 2.5 days.
Gotcha.
Don't Nephis and Isaac have ways to help with feeding us, or no?
Yeah.
Chill says he provides food.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
provides food, plus we have all those fish rations, I think.
I think we sold all of them.
No, we sold the eggs and the fat.
The egg yolk moon pies.
They're no longer on the group supply.
Who deleted that?
Excellent.
I guess we'll
I think
never
it was like
know.
60 something, like 66. I don't know. Does that sound right?
The last number I remember was 67, but that was several sessions ago.
We've been
What?
robbed.
That shit's stinky now.
No, the rations, they've been dried with salt. They're like fish jerky.
That sounds terrible.
Well, let's see. There's
Sounds
6
awful.
of us.
It's food.
There's
Oh God.
60.
Well, we haven't been
Oh.
using rations though. 'Cause of
Yeah, we haven't
Chill,
been.
Or Isaac. He can feed us.
And the only time we ate them was when we were like on the boat or something, because he couldn't get us food.
That was fucking forever ago.
You know, that's what I'm saying. So like the last,
because there's 6 of us.
yeah.
The other 7 got eaten by my thing.
Nephis just over there gorging on fish rations.
My God.
He cooked them all at the inn we were staying at, and then ate them all.
God.
Oh, we have to get to the tomb.
So does anything happen overnight, or is it pretty uneventful?
Oh.
No, it's uneventful overnight. Apart from, again, like, you can still hear people shuffling around on the roads, and through the dark, you can hear people who might have been camping nearby, who are being a little bit too loud compared to your experienced traveling ways.
Yeah.
In the morning, when you wake up, I assume you're going to continue traveling right away.
Yes.
I'd imagine, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
No reason to stick around.
So you're 1.5 days away now. And this is going to be the day. So about noon is when you're going to reach the approximate area where Carlos and I guess the rest of you guys remember where vaguely this is the point where you'd be stopping to see the tomb, the temple, the catacomb, whatever you want to call it, the lair.
The lair of the master.
The lair. Yeah.
Home of the catacombers.
Let me guess, some ice just stuck to this cart for now. This wagon.
Carlos would look over to Khutula once they came to a stop.
What?
Well, did you find anything?
Let's find out. Dear God, tinkle tinkle hoy, what do I know about the books? In the day we have traveled.
You a roll for me?
Yeah.
Where is it? Oh, you're
Well,
about to.
I will roll. I just wanted to make sure.
sorry.
Not bad.
That's a
Not bad.
solid
Ooh.
roll.
What kind of
What do
roll
you
is it?
You're reading about the mask, correct?
Yes.
Okay. What questions do you have of the mask? Ask me 2 questions.
I'm trying to.
I can think of one.
How do you take it off?
I mean, yeah, but I wanted to like try and understand the properties of the mask a little more. So I want to know if I can figure out how the mask was created. 'Cause we know about the purpose of the mask and what it kind of does, but if I know the creation process, I might be able to understand its properties a little better.
Interesting. Okay. Do you have a second question, or is that it?
How do I remove the mask?
Okay. Perfect. So the first question, like, how was it made? So this is a holy artifact that was bestowed onto Father Calhoun from a godly being.
Mm-hmm.
So this was created by a god or the disciple of a god, and gifted to Father Calhoun for his devotion and service. It serves to amplify his already holy power, as well as providing him with a few other abilities. Again, this is like the widely rumored and fairly consistent ability to speak with those who have passed on, and it is rumored that he is able to predict the future.
Mm-hmm. Now how I get that shit off?
There is no instruction that states how you're supposed to take it off. However, similarly to the tomb, it does state that to somebody who is deserving of the mask and does, like, understands what it's all about, then they shouldn't have any issues. But for those who are not worthy of it, they're gonna wish they'd never put it on.
Oh.
I'm putting it not as delicately as I'd put last time, because it was equally gruesome. But that's kind of, the book reiterates it, but not in the same language as the talking skull man.
Mm-hmm. I kind of glance at Carlos and I kind of like motion him to the side, away from Anton.
Carlos obliges.
All right, so from what I can gather, it looks like the mask was imbued upon Father Calhoun from whatever god he was, the holy god, fucking that shit. She like stumbles over her words, and it's like either a
Indeed.
disciple of him or the god he was serving, but it itself is not inherently a magical item. It's more just has properties because it was created by a god. And it seems that if someone is worthy of it, they don't really have an issue with wearing the mask or removing it. But if someone is unworthy, they doesn't seem like it's going to go well. And the fact that Anton can't remove the mask has me leaning a little more towards the possibly not so worthy side.
Carlos would kind of frown slightly upon hearing the news, not at Khutula, but just at the situation.
Mm.
Well, I thank you for finding out what you could. I don't know, maybe we can use the mask itself to find out a way. Didn't the skeleton say before that it allowed the user to, like, speak with the dead or something?
She nods and kind of looks at her notes real quick. It's a fairly widespread rumor with it, it seems. Speaking with the dead, and even people saying that it can predict the future, but if Anton isn't worthy, then it may not be as predictable as we might expect.
Well, let's hope he's at least somewhere in the middle, and maybe he's... I'm not sure if there's a sliding scale of worthiness, but if he's closer towards worthy, maybe he'd be able to speak with some of the long-forgotten denizens of the catacombs, and perhaps even some spirit of Calhoun. And Maybe he would know more.
Yes, but it may also be dangerous to put Anton near the dead where they would be able to interface with the mask and whatnot. Tell
What
me,
are you guys
Mr.
talking about?
Greycastle,
Glad.
are you
Carlos
so
would kind of like,
keen on having the mask on your face now?
Khutula kind of like glares over at Vin for speaking so loudly when she and Carlos were trying to have a more private conversation.
Anton
Oh.
just looks at Vin.
I'm sorry, I missed that.
No, it's like, it's fine. It's just, I think it's funny that like Vin overhears and just starts yelling loudly about it.
Vin, what the hell are you going on about?
I'm sorry for missing that, but that's in character, so...
I think it adds a fun touch. It's okay.
And Vin would
Vin's just
naturally
like-
be like interested in any developments just due to
Mhm.
Anton being okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Miss Dear Khutula, I do not mean to trivialize your extensive research, and I thank you for your time and whatnot, but Mr. Greycastle, I've been saying this whole time, that the mask is not good for you.
You sound. No, I'm not gonna say it. I'm not gonna say
I
it.
sound what?
You sound like bad notes.
And you look like an insane person.
And you've said this like 5 or 6 times.
Yes, and Miss Khutula just confirmed my hypothesis.
What the hell does that
enough.
take?
Puts her hand
Enough.
up to her forehead.
let's just go to the catacombs and we'll see if we can find anything.
Yes.
Right.
Khutula kind of pulls at Carlos's sleeve real quick to mention one last thing. She's like, if he does speak with the dead, there's no way we can tell if he's telling the truth or not.
This is true. I'll keep that in mind.
Do you want me to come with you or no?
It would probably be best for you. You'll at least accompany us to the entrance. I'm still not sure if it's best for you to venture into the catacombs once again, but we would want you close at hand in case we find something. Carlos would kind of like look over in Isaac's direction and be like, "It's probably best if you stay here for now."
I think after everything we've been through, caution would be our best approach.
Anton gets out of the wagon. All right, I can stand by the door.
Then I assume you're willing to come with. Khutula, will you be accompanying us as well?
She nods hesitantly.
It is quite a dreadful place, but for Anton's sake, I will venture forth.
It's not my favorite place either, but sounds like we have a plan. Nephis and Isaac will stay here with the cart. Perhaps Khutula and Anton can remain outside the entrance, and meanwhile, Vin and I will venture inside and see if we can discover anything without Anton being present.
As he says that, I hop out of the cart.
Wait, what?
Is Isaac like indicating that he's wanting to go?
Yeah. I'm gonna go. Fuck it. The only way is through.
Carlos would kind of give Isaac a look like.
Are you sure
Yeah.
about that?
Carlos would give Isaac a look like he appreciates what he's trying to do, but is unsure of if it's wise. Isaac, no one would fault you for remaining here. The things we saw down there could break any man.
I put a hand on Isaac's shoulder and say, Mr. Stormwind, I will send a message to you if we need your assistance.
No, I'm doing this. I'm doing this.
Very well.
Isaac's about to get permanent PTSD. All right, then. I cannot forbid you, so let's be away. And Carlos would begin leading the others towards the catacomb entrance. How long does it take us to get there?
think it's only about like 15, 20 minutes, I think.
No, it's like an hour.
Oh, damn.
Not
Oh,
that bad.
damn.
You're hiking through you're hiking through terrain that is not like been taken care of for a very long time. So even though it's not very far, it's like a kilometer or two, it takes you a while just to get through all like the undergrowth.
As they're traveling, where would Isaac be in the formation here? Was he like right behind me? Right behind Carlos?
In the rear, moving slowly.
Who would call out just loud enough for Isaac to hear. And Isaac, I believe you're the most experienced tracker amongst us. Do keep an eye out for any tracks that haven't been left by us.
Yes, I suppose now that we've unearthed this catacomb, there's no telling what could have wandered in.
Hearing that, I'd move up towards the front to be able to keep a better track better.
If we're lucky, it's nothing at all, maybe not but an animal that sought refuge, but if we're not lucky, it could be another group that tried to find the mask. So do we run into any issue on our way there?
I'm waiting for somebody to roll for their tracking because they're tracking.
Isaac, go ahead, buddy boy.
Hell yeah.
Ooh.
19 plus, 8? Yeah, 27.
Hell yeah.
There's 7 sets of proven footprints leading towards the location of the temple, and there's no sets of return prints.
Oh my.
Does Isaac share this information?
Sorry, my brain kind of spaced. What'd you say?
There wouldn't be disadvantage.
There's
since he's coming
7
back to
sets
the
of
place
footprints, but there are no signs of returning footprints.
Probably not, because he isn't actually in the catacombs yet. I could imagine there being a disadvantage if he was in the catacombs or near it, but we're still like making our way there.
Yeah.
And
Damn.
these aren't footprints that we left.
Isaac, you can tell
Is-
that they are well.
Is
more
Chris saying
fresh.
anything? Because I can't hear anything.
He just started.
Hello. They're not
Hello.
your footprints.
Chris just
They're
spoke.
fresher than that.
Oh.
Can you tell what kind of creature or person left them?
Isaac, you can tell that there are 7 medium-sized creatures, likely humanoid. You know that they're fairly well-proportioned, healthy individuals. You believe one of the sets of footprints is from somebody who is older, and while they are still quite healthy, just a little bit smaller than the rest. And beside one of the 7 sets of footprints, you see the imprint of like the metal tip of a walking stick, or maybe the metal cap to a pole, or the butt end of a spear, kind of thing like that. Something metal has been used, pressed into the earth along with the footsteps, as though it's somebody walking with something.
Okay.
I take it all the footprints were made with like.
Share the information.
Take it all the footprints were made with like boots or shoes on the feet. None of them are barefoot.
No, none of them are barefoot.
Perhaps we should pass by this catacomb.
I still feel like it's our best bet to get this thing off of him, but I'm also wary of what we may find there. Perhaps it's best if we stick to the tree line and watch the entrance and see if anyone comes out for a while.
I think my concern is if somebody did go in there, will they ever be coming back out?
Oh my.
It's hard to say. We're not sure how dangerous that catacomb was since we never took any valuables from the corpses other than the mask, which we were given express permission. Perhaps some spirit would curse them if they took something that didn't belong to them like that, or perhaps nothing at all.
Well,
I worry that these dangerous men that, like us, are out to find a treasure, and we just so happen to be carrying that treasure.
I just hope it's not your friends, Carlos.
No, that's too many of them, and they definitely wouldn't be coming here themselves. If anything, they would have sent another group. So it's we're either employed by the same or a different individual, but I don't believe it's them. In fact, we'd be most fortunate if it was them, because then we could, well, at least we know they wouldn't try to kill you for it. Hopefully.
Well,
He would say more quietly.
Well, I like your idea of hiding in the trees nearby. I'm not really good with stealth, but I'm willing to give it a shot.
Just stay in the back and keep your hood up, and hopefully everything will turn out.
He readjusts his hood to make sure it's on nice. And then continues on with the group.
Awesome. Okay, so you guys are gonna hide in the woods, wait for sign of movement in and around the temple itself.
We're gonna move around the tree line so that we have eyes on the entrance to the catacombs specifically, but
Cautiously advance.
But still far enough away that we'd be able to like hide easily if anything started coming out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so it's going to take you an extra little bit of time to do this. Obviously, you're now going to be moving at a little bit of a slower pace, and you're now, instead of just reaching the temple, you're going to try and track around at a decent distance. I'll get everybody to roll perception, and then I'll tell a little bit more. Nephis is alone, correct?
I believe so.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay. I'll get to you. Something's going to happen to you, so I'll get to you once I'm done with this segment here.
Oh no.
14, 19, 8. And 8.
I think I rolled
Okay.
a 16. I don't know where my dice went, but that's like a 22 for me, I think. I don't know.
Okay, so Anton, Kardoc, Anton, Carlos, and Vinshenzo, you notice as you finish making your way around the perimeter of the temple ruins, you see two men dressed in the tattered outfits of either pilgrims or refugees. You know, poor weary travelers, and they are seated outside the entrance to the catacombs. You also can find, as you guys are maneuvering your way through the trees, you're able to identify that you see other ancient ruins to houses or barns or something. The different structures, ancient structures about as old as the temple itself, are still visible within the trees as you pass around to the side where the catacombs are. So you're sort of entering the edge of a ruined village. It's not so well preserved that you can still see the full foundation, but you find like part of a wall here, you know, just stuff like that. Just as a little aside.
You said the two individuals, they were specifically at the entrance to the catacombs?
They were hanging out by the entrance. One's got a little fire going, the other person's like chewing on a long stalk of grass. They're just chilling out. They look like they're taking a break.
Can we tell if they're armed?
As part of your perception, you can tell very obviously, one of them has a walking staff. It's just a long quarterstaff essentially. And the other one, you can see the haft of something making a profile against his traveling cloak.
I would see this too. I rolled over 20.
Yeah. Sorry, I was consulting the chat, so I forgot that you'd done that. But yeah,
Oh,
you see
sorry.
that too.
And then Anton likely only saw just the village and these people, right?
You know that one guy's got a quarterstaff. It looks like a weathered walking stick or a cane or something like that, but in terms of an armament, you wouldn't want somebody to smack you across the knuckles with that. It might hurt.
Yup. Thankfully, I got a shield. Never mind. Let's.
Carlos would try to analyze them a little bit. Obviously wearing rags, so they're either poor or uncaring of worldly possessions. They definitely have some kind of weapons. He's wondering if the quarterstaff is just a quarterstaff or perhaps some kind of arcane focus or just a secondary weapon for a spellcaster. He would glance behind him at Khutula and whisper quietly, Do you magic users have a way of identifying one another?
She kind of like blinks for a moment and is like, not like, I don't see any kind of crystal focus or anything like that. Quarterstaves usually aren't used as foci, I don't believe. I'm not sure.
Perhaps he's just a poor pilgrim then.
Could have a different way of casting if he is a spell user.
Vin, what do you think? Should we wait here a little bit longer and see if they leave of their own accord? Or do you think one or two of us should speak with them and see what they're here for?
We already have the mask in our possession. I think it would be in our best interest to try to wait them out.
Very well. They're obviously guarding the entrance. I imagine the other part of the group is within. Up to 5 of them would be inside, I believe.
Perhaps they've taken up residence in here, shelter from the weather and whatnot. It's a dreadful thought, but possible.
I don't
People
know.
up
I
on
feel
hard
like
times from Vales.
this place is very out of the way. I don't think anyone would find it unless they knew it was here specifically. It's at least an hour away from the nearest road.
Yes.
So they're either here because they seek the mask, or they're here because they are, I don't know.
You don't think they're robbing, do you?
Robbing? I doubt it. The only thing of value I think they'd be after would be the mask. There would be better places to grave rob if that was something you'd want to do.
Oh, weren't there things in there?
I thought there was, yeah.
Valuables?
There was, but they probably wouldn't know. Like, the only reason they would probably know about this, I'm speaking this out of character, is like knowing that the mask could be here. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Anyways, yeah, possible. I mean, I suppose it's possible that they figured, maybe they just heard there was a catacombs here that had riches, and that's why they're here, but they don't quite strike me as... They don't look like thieves to me. They look like pilgrims or just poor people.
Either way, I hope that's not the case.
Yes. Most thieves don't dress as finely as you do, Mr. Santiago.
This whole thief thing, we're gonna have a talk about this later.
I don't know what you're talking about, Anton. Have you ever seen me steal anything?
No.
Exactly.
I don't know why you wear the title, though.
I think we've had enough talks for the current moment.
Yeah.
Ah, good. Nephis, hello, how are you?
Hi.
So, as you're fishing, You hear the thundering of hooves and the galloping of horses that shudder to a halt by the carriage cart, whatever you guys have. You've set it off the road. It's still visible when a group of
I would have
horsemen
taken it
have
straight
stopped.
to the river with me.
Yeah, the river's not that far away from the road.
Oh, well, I would have brought it like directly to the river. Not like
Yeah,
off
these
the side.
guys are stopping and moving towards the carriage.
Oh, I might drop everything I'm doing and grab a spear.
So, these are very easily identified individuals. They're not just travelers. There's a very noble-looking man who's wearing full plate mail, a full suit of plate, and he has a cloak about him. His horse is dressed in a tabard of blue and gold, which matches his cloak. He has very long brown hair. And he's escorted by 6 other armored men on horseback. 2 of them are carrying banners. One of them matches the blue and gold tabard of this noble-looking rider, and the other one matches an insignia that I don't believe you would have seen before. But it is a purple and white cross, so a white cross with a purple background. And they slowly sort of move towards the carriage. They don't look like they have any hostile intent. They're just more concerned or curious as to what you're doing on the side of the road.
Oh.
Are you getting close to the garage, or are you sort of just what do you do in response to this these arriving individuals?
I'm going to walk back towards the. I wouldn't be too far from the wagon, so I'd walk back towards the wagon and stand post on it. And if they continue heading towards me, I might yell out to them, "State your business." Or state your intention. Sorry.
Yeah. Are you making yourself visible? Or are you?
Oh, I'm
Yes.
sorry.
Okay.
I really apologize. Go ahead.
Oh, I didn't hear it.
Hear what?
Oh, I thought my phone
Exactly.
came through the mic.
No, you're good, buddy. So the leader jumps down from his horse and clanks up to you, and he nods his head sort of politely and says, "Good day, traveler. My name is Prince Taurin. I'm on my way to Cools to raise the garrison. Are you coming from the city of Vales?"
Oh my.
Aye.
Please,
I love
pray
it.
tell, can you give me any information on what's been happening there? Most of the refugees I've found are an utter mess and don't have anything coherent to say.
Well, I don't know much, but we hightailed. Me and my group hightailed it out of there after the wounded started coming in. Talk of orcs.
Yes, I've heard that too. Do you have any idea on numbers or how the city fares?
No, left way before anything happened.
All right. I've been hearing rumors of orc warbands in the countryside. If you do have comrades, I suggest you stick together. It's starting to get dangerous out there.
Aye.
We'll be sending bands of soldiers to patrol the riverside as well as some of the main roads, but the West Marches is rallying to go and support the city of Vales and push back the orcs. I'll be riding back this time tomorrow to bring more men to the city of Vales for the defense. Try and stay safe until then. Farewell, traveler! He mounts back on his horse and they begin to
Good
gallop
luck to
away
you.
into the south.
Oh. Thought it was gonna get wait. Nephis is gonna,
Oh my
Nephis is gonna
God.
fucking, relax a little bit and put the spear back into the wagon and go back to fishing.
Cool. He didn't give a fuck about orcs, whatever. Awesome. Okay, so that happens to you. Shifting back to the old ruined temple and the rest of the party. So are you just going to wait until you see any more happenings, or are you guys just going to wait for a specific period of time? How are you approaching this situation?
I think we'd probably agree to wait at least a couple hours, because it was what, like
It was noon.
early afternoon, like maybe just like an hour after noon
Yeah,
or
It
something.
was just past noon when you would have arrived. And
So
then
it probably would have
an
taken
hour
us like
after that.
yeah. So it's
Wait 2 hours?
we'd probably wait at least 2 or 3 hours and see if anything happens.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Okay. So the first 2 hours, I'll tell you, nothing happens. Would you like to wait for that third hour or no?
I'd say
You're
yeah.
in the
If
the middle of
something
the
will
afternoon now.
Yeah, we'll wait another hour.
So
long has
final
everyone been
hour. So at this point in time, after they've waited 3 hours, they've been gone 5 hours.
Jesus fuck Christ.
It took them about an hour to get to the temple, and then it took them a long time to do a big backtrack around to sneak through the woods and look for the door, and then they waited 3 hours. So you after having spoken to Prince Tauren, have been waiting alone on the riverbank for 3 hours. Just, I don't know if Nephis cares or not, but just to
He's
keep
getting
that
pissed.
reality. Okay. But yeah, for the rest of you, you've waited 3 hours. In the last hour, towards the end of your wait, a third person appears from the trees, coming in from the. So you guys are on the sort of west side. This guy's coming from the southwest.
Okay.
And he's coming out of the trees, and he has a longbow in one hand, and he has 2 dead rabbits in the other hand. And he's they're strung up, and he's bringing them over to the small fire. He walks through the clearing and sits down with his 2 comrades. He's equally dressed, not very wealthy looking. He looks weathered and as though he's been on the road for a while. And he sits down at the on a stump near the fire, and he begins to dress and prepare the conies that he caught.
Something tells me these guys are going to be here for a lot longer than we expected.
Indeed. Any ideas? I don't think they'll be leaving by nightfall.
This is your scheme, Mr. Santiago.
Yes, but I believe we're all interested in helping Anton, so
Yes.
Before we do anything, Finn, you mentioned you could send messages.
Yes.
We have been gone quite a while. Might be worth seeing how things are going with Nephis.
I will have to strum my lute.
can you do so quietly?
My music is meant to be heard, Mr. Santiago.
Suppose it can wait then.
Indeed.
God.
He loves it.
I love it.
So what's the plan of action here? Wait a little bit longer, or
It's getting much darker. If we wait any longer, Vin may be the only one that can see anything.
it's
I was
not
gonna-
dark yet. It's like the height of the afternoon.
Okay.
It's like
can-
probably like 4 or 5.
I can see for
Yeah.
all of us just fine.
Khutula
I don't
is
know.
clearly becoming a little impatient and antsy.
I feel like it might be a good idea for 1 or 2 of us to approach and speak with them. Obviously not Anton.
If something happens, I'll come help you, okay?
I would certainly hope so, Anton.
I could
Yes.
send them a message.
Khutula thinks for a moment and like pulls up her hood and says like, I could attempt to pose as a scholar like we did with the vampires.
Indeed, that could work. He certainly, well, not knowing you, one would think you'd be the least dangerous among us.
Among us.
Among us.
Oh no.
Rest assured, if anything is to occur, we will leap from the trees.
Anton nods, ready if in case something does happen.
Wait,
Good luck, Khutula.
I didn't say I was doing this alone.
Well, if perhaps Vin should also accompany you. He's also not outwardly threatening.
But
Uh,
mm,
Do you disagree?
Carlos?
perhaps
Yes.
a scholar and her bodyguard? It's dangerous out around these times.
Well,
Anton looks at Isaac.
I believe the best two candidates for a believable bodyguard would either be myself or Isaac. Who would you pick, Khutula?
Time to decide.
She kind of glances over at Isaac, who has been getting more and more antsy the closer we've gotten, and I don't know if I would trust Isaac's state of mind near the crypt.
How far away from them are we currently? Oh, hello.
You're good, like 150 meters.
Oh, wow.
Oh wow, we're some distance. Oh.
Oh.
Yeah.
We're like a football field and some change.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the area that you're looking through, because you guys are staying in solid tree line, the area that you're looking through to observe the temple entrance or the catacomb entrance is sort of like scrubby meadow. So there's like small trees and stuff that have begun to grow. It's very tall grass, scrabbly sort of brushland. And where you are is where it's grown thick enough to actually become part of the tree line. So you're safe and at a good distance where you can see what's going on. You're far away, but not so far away that you can't see the happenings, such as Buddy skinning rabbits and all that kind of stuff. But in order to cross there, you have a little bit of time and a little bit of cover.
Okay.
May I try something before we try to approach these gentlemen?
By all means.
I would like to cast. Who looks the dumbest?
Who looks
Oh
the
my
dumbest?
god. That's a hell of a loaded question.
Fucking Jesus! I'm gonna get you to roll insight.
Okay.
Who looks like a true Neanderthal?
True Neander.
13 plus insight is intelligence, isn't it? Or no,
Wisdom.
wisdom. So
Wisdom,
15.
yeah.
It's wisdom.
That's a good roll.
It's a solid
It is a good
roll.
roll.
Wait, do you not
Based
get
on
the
your-
Jack of all trades thing?
Oh yeah, so 16. It's a solid
So
roll.
based on your observations of the three of them, you believe that the man on the far left with a quarterstaff is probably the dumbest one.
Hell yeah. I would like to cast sending on him.
Okay.
Oh,
Do I succeed?
I'm pretty sure sending just automatically works.
Let's read about sending. You send a short message to a creature. You can send a message across this spell names as far as least one. Okay, yeah, it just works. I do sending on him, and I say, Foolish mortal! This is the crypt of Calhoun. You and your trespassers must leave immediately.
I love it.
So immediately the man sort of leans over and like really starts staring hard into the tunnel entrance, and you can hear them speaking amongst themselves. He does not respond to you in kind, but he's looking down into the tunnel entrance and he's chatting with his buddies, and his buddies are looking down as well. The guy who's almost finished dressing his rabbits, he starts what sounds like laughing at his friend.
I cast Sending on him.
My God!
I love this.
What the
Mortal,
fuck?
you dare cook flesh upon my crypt. You are asked to leave, you and your trespassers, or suffer the consequences.
This man stands up and takes 2 steps towards the entrance, calls inside, and then descends.
What did you do, Vin?
They will be gone shortly.
All right, let's wait a bit longer then and see if they depart.
Is there anyone else
So-
standing around outside?
Yes, so out of the 3 of them, just the one guy who had showed up recently, sort of after you had sent that message to him, he looked inside down the stairs, said his dirs, and then casually walked down the flight of steps. He didn't look overly troubled. He didn't seem overly panicked. He just kind of got up and looked inside. He walking in as though he's looking for somebody.
I cast Sending on him.
On the guy who disappeared
No, the
into
guy,
the catacomb?
the guy who's still outside.
Oh, okay. There's 2 of them. The guy there's one guy who you have not sent shit to yet. That's
I
how
cast
that
to
works.
him,
Okay.
the guy I haven't talked to yet.
Okay.
You, foolish mortal, gather your 6 comrades and leave this place or suffer imminent death.
Do you have enough spell slots for this?
I have 3
Yeah.
spell slots.
That's it. He's done.
He's out of juice.
Yeah.
Excuse me, I'm gonna go meditate for 4 hours.
I have other spell slots.
Hell yeah.
So this man starts looking around the clearing, and he pulls out from beneath his cloak a sword, a long sword, and he brandishes it, and he starts calling out, "Hello?"
Into the crypt, or
Must have
like
been the
into
wind.
the...
No, like into the surrounding area.
Anton will say nothing. He just observes.
They will be leaving shortly.
You keep saying that.
Give it a minute, Mr. Stormwind. It's been but a moment.
So are you going to wait until something happens?
Yes.
Okay, well, it's
Vin
not 1 minute
decides
that
to.
goes by, it's 15. And after about 15 minutes, the man who had disappeared inside the catacombs with his bow comes back out, followed by 4 more individuals. So there's another individual who is dressed kind of ragged as though he's a traveler once again. Then there is an older looking man who's wearing much finer but still well-worn traveling clothes. He's wearing like a darker charcoal cloak. There's a nice copper clasp that keeps it fastened around his neck, and you can definitely tell that his clothing has been tailored to his body, comfortable and warm, yet not too loose. The third, sorry, that was 3 guys.
Yes.
I lost track already. Yeah, so the fourth absolutely fucking towers over the other 6. This is an individual who has no skin color. All you can see is what looks to be shadow that is seeping from inside a full set of plate armor. The armor itself is a very dark burnished steel with icons of bronze and copper that adorn each facing of the armor plates. The eyes of this creature are glowing a menacing red.
Oh my.
Oh, that's not good.
These aren't simple passers-by after all.
Could Anton roll for something to try and identify this individual a little bit more, since he got plate and all that?
Yes, you can.
Okay, what would that be? Is it just going to be perception?
Perception. Yep.
Okay. That's probably going to be 13. Yeah.
You have no fucking idea what this thing is.
No.
Carlos would have a feeling it would be some. It appears like magical in nature.
Is Carlos gonna try and examine it as well from a distance with his eyeballs?
Sure, why not? He'll give it a shot.
Nice.
I use mark 1 eyeball.
Mark 1 eyeball. Okay, so that is 19 again, I think. Yeah.
Okay, I'd like to roll a wisdom saving throw.
Oh no. All right, where'd my dice go? It's blending in.
Fuck.
There it is. Okay, so that is 9.
Oh.
Okay, so
It's not horrible.
Similar to what happened to Isaac, you sort of see too much.
Ugh.
This
I saw not enough.
yeah, at least it's not enough. So inscribed into the armor plating of this creature are a number of symbols that you begin to really make out. You can see the full extent of the grafting and the etching and general daubing of different runes and icons, and they make your stomach turn. You are very uneasy, and it unsettles you to a amount where you cannot look at this creature anymore without feeling completely
I look
sick.
away. I look away and fucking like, I guess I'm kind of crouching right now, so I'd kind of like stumble and like lean backwards and I'd kind of like fall backwards and
Anton tries
catch
to
myself with my hands like behind me,
Mm-hmm.
and my face would have like a look of shock on it. There's something unright about that thing. We definitely don't want it to know we don't want it to know we're here.
Oh, I think
We best be going.
it might be time for us to leave, especially if they're
Well,
looking for us.
It might be best to just hold down here, and we don't want to move when they're watching. What if they see us? Like they could see us, and then that's all for naught. We should wait. We should
I will point out that everybody who's piled out of the fucking little basement there, they're not like scanning the tree line or anything. They're actually bickering amongst themselves right now. Most specifically, the old man is arguing with the supposedly really stupid guy that Vinshenzo targeted first time. They're bickering back and forth. For anybody who would like to roll what's your passives is again? I need to have
Perception?
these written down. Yeah,
15.
15.
18, 11, 9. Knight and Khutula. Anton and Khutula, you'll have to roll perception to hear this. But chill, Kardoc and Seeker, all three of you will hear enough of what's happening. Okay. Great. Okay. Anton can hear snippets. Khutula has no fucking idea what's going on. She knows that they're speaking words with their mouths. There's mouth noises.
Mouth noises occurring. No.
Mouth
Weird.
noises.
How weird. I can't understand them.
So you all, with the exception of Khutula, can hear the conversation that takes place between all of these individuals, and it goes something like this, starting from the man holding the walking stick, and he says, I swear, I heard somebody's calling threats, telling us to leave, and if we didn't leave, we'd get, well, I don't know, but it was pretty serious. I promise, it's not a joke. And the old man responds,
Your job here is to be watching. You thought somebody was sneaking around in the tree. You should have gone and done something about it. You shouldn't be disturbing me while I'm doing my work.
I'm sorry, my lord. I'm sorry. I genuinely thought someone was here threatening us.
You're useless. Useless, incompetent fools. I can't even find the mask. Are you sure you got here fast? Ah! I'm done with you. I'm done with your tribe of fools.
And he snatches the wooden stick out of this man's hand. And then immediately upon touching the old man's weathered palm, it transforms into a long, glossy black staff with a crystal of pure darkness that has been almost anchored to the top. It's not attached, but it just seems to be staying in place of its own accord. And this old man lets out a guttural snarl, and a flash of green lightning leaps from his palms, and the man convulses and then falls dead.
Oh my.
Anton is surprised by this and just kind of leans over towards Carlos. Are we sure about giving them the mask now? I kind of don't think they need it.
That was never a question, Anton.
We best be going.
We should probably leave. They're clearly looking for the mask.
Yes,
fact,
I realized.
To reinforce this statement, the old man turns to this suit of shining black armor, and he says,
Lord Exokul, find me this mask. It is the next piece of our plan. We cannot do anything else until it is found. Do not disobey me. Failure is not an option here.
And this creature, this Lord Ixokul, as he has been declared, does not respond, but seemingly vanishes into thin air.
Oh, fuck.
The party of whatever these people are, then begins to move north.
So, the entire group, minus the guy that disappeared and the dead guy, are moving away from the catacombs?
Towards the north.
Which is in the direction of Vales, I want to say. If they keep going for a few days.
Yeah.
It's away from us, I want to say.
So, once the being disappears, Carlos would take a moment and push himself back upright and kind of like brush off the palms of his hands and resume his old position and watch the group leave. Well, we might have lucked out. It looks like they believe the mask isn't here and they're leaving. Perhaps soon is our opportunity to go back inside.
I believe
Hear
that would
about
be
that.
ill-advised.
whatever that being was, it might even still be here. He just starts recounting freaking Isaac's friend. It just like suddenly appears out of nowhere.
Yes, a simple spell can hide about anyone.
Are you summoning Gotrek?
What?
Is that what I
No?
just heard? Somebody
No.
summoning Gotrek?
God, no. No.
Anton accidentally summoned Gotchic.
Please, God, no. Please, no. Keep that man away from me.
I mean, he
Hey,
might be
Anton,
able to
can you
help
help
you.
me blow on my horn?
Do not bring that man here.
You said his name.
I didn't specifically say his name. I was just saying his friend.
Only Isaac can summon the great creature that is Gotrek and his what was the name of his fucking pet?
Meat.
Meat.
Yeah.
Yes, that's right. I thought that was right. Meat.
Gotrek and his
Meat.
and his wyvern meat.
Well, I still feel like this. I still feel like addressing the creature directly is our best opportunity to find out how to safely remove the mask. But if everyone agrees with Vin that it's not worth the danger, I suppose we can return empty-handed and attempt to find something else in Cool's.
Well,
How the
here's
rest of
the
you feel?
thing. He specifically gave the creature orders to find the mask. That thing's gonna find, if it finds any trace of us, it's gonna hunt us down.
It's gonna want me.
And we're gonna need to either get rid of the mask or know how to get rid of the mask if we want to avoid it.
Well, if it was given specific orders to find the mask, perhaps it would pay no mind to the rest of us, and perhaps Anton and one or two others stay here, and then a couple of us go into the catacombs and see what we can find.
I'm afraid I
As long
can't
as we-
send any more messages.
It is unfortunate, but I believe the outcome was more than acceptable. As you said, you managed to convince them away.
Yes, but these aren't simpletons that we're dealing with now, Carlos. Like we initially thought.
Indeed.
That creature,
Whatever
he
is
could
going
be
on with this
invisible right
mask.
now looking for us.
My thoughts exactly.
A simple spell.
Just kind of curious to what exactly they're planning with this mask now.
Well, if they thoroughly searched
Nothing
the area,
good.
they would- even if they found some tracks of us, they would have known.
Considering he
we
murdered
haven't
that
been here
man.
anytime recently,
That's another
so they
thing.
have no reason to stay here.
They've been here quite a while. We've only found tracks of 7 of them. There could be more that arrived more early, that the weather has washed away their tracks or whatnot.
Possible, but I believe that the ones we saw are the only ones that are currently here.
An educated guess.
That's
They
all
have
we
no
can
reason
do.
to stay if the mask isn't here, so why would they stay here and keep searching?
Indeed, they've already seemed to believe that the mask is not here. At most, that creature is, and Carlos will kind of shudder when he says creature, is perhaps around, but if he was given explicit instructions to find the mask, then perhaps, like I said, we'd be ignored. At the very least, if we left, I don't feel like it would follow us, as long as Anton doesn't follow along.
What if he finds them when we're gone?
Either we
I'm-
all. It might be
What
best
if
if we all go,
the
or we
being
all.
in the catacombs is more amenable if Anton is with us?
Yes, that's why I wanted him along in the first place. Shall we put it to a vote then? All in favor of venturing forth?
Yeah, I don't know who the hell this guy is, but let's go in.
I say go in and definitely not split up in case of trouble.
We're here and we waited all this time. Might as well try and get something out of it.
All right then.
I suppose I've been outvoted.
Here's that way, Vin. That is the civilized thing to do, is it not?
Yes, I just hope it doesn't lead to Anton's further suffering, but suppose if he's on board, then I will try to make things easy.
Right. Sometimes for the greatest reward, one must take the greatest risk.
That I can agree with.
150 gold is not a great reward.
The
No.
reward is getting that thing off of Anton's face.
Yes.
Let's go and we'll figure out. We'll get that when we get there.
All right. So yeah, Carlos would stand up and he'd motion for the others to hold back for a moment. He'd draw his rapier just to be safe, and he would begin walking across the clearing. Once he made it about halfway and nothing happened, he would signal for the others to join him, and then they would proceed closer to the catacombs.
All right. Well, there's nothing that that jumps out at you, and there's nothing that really inhibits your progress. You're able to make it exactly where you are, waving up your comrades.
Does anything happen once they regroup with me?
Nope. You're able to make it. I'll make this quite speedy. You are able to access the. You're able to access the catacombs, and as you go back down into the what you thought would be complete darkness as per last time, you find that although the stairs get a little dark, as soon as you start turning a corner to enter into the catacombs themselves, it lightens up. Torches have been placed in the basement and have lit up the entire area. Sorry, not the basement. But the tomb. They've lit up all the corridors. So you can see everything as though it was normally lit because somebody went through the effort to put a shit ton of torches down.
Did they take anything?
Oh yeah, everything's been touched.
Shit.
Everything's
Alright.
been touched, disturbed, inspected. You can definitely tell it's not like there's a lot of dust floating in the air first of all, and just a lot of things look differently from what you remember them to.
It makes me curious to what happened to the skeleton and the that weird wall, if they did anything to that. Just recounting the last time they were here.
Oh. Maybe the that spellcaster, maybe he did something to them. He obviously didn't fear them if everything was disturbed. Let's hurry to the main chamber.
I begin casting prestidigitation, snuffing out torches.
You sick bastard.
You couldn't wait until after we leave?
I can see just fine.
You,
Yes,
you asshole.
but the light is helping Isaac.
Fine.
Yeah, I was gonna say the darker it gets, the worse it's gonna be for Isaac. I will announce that
Oh.
mostly for Isaac's sake. So
Okay.
And just your companions in general.
as you
Fine,
as you
Mr.
start snuffing
Stormwind,
out
I will
torches,
leave the torches lit. Maybe I only put out 2 or 3.
All right. Since it's going to be more or less lit, Carlos will lead the way down the tunnels and make their way to the main chamber.
fuck yeah. So the first thing, very not cool that you notice, be the opposite of cash money, is that the little like side reel bob head on a plinth dude, he's been petrified into stillness, which if you recall the last time you saw little one, the littler golem thing. He was always shape-shifting and turning and touching, and his eyes were glowing red and all that. He's been petrified into stillness, almost as though it is dead. And you can see that all of the offerings that had once been on that plinth are gone.
Looks like I was right.
Fast forwarding, you make it to the main chamber, and it doesn't look as eerie as it had before. Once again, due to the fact that there are torches that canceled out the natural illumination that was the reflections from down below the platform. But the golem on the throne is still there.
He's not been petrified or any of that?
No, and he regards you as you enter into the area. He looks weakened, sickened. It doesn't look as full
Animated?
as it did before. Yeah, as animated.
Does
What does he say?
Anton? Oh, sorry.
What
Does
has
he say
become
anything, or
of
does he
you,
just-
creature?
No, he just observes your entrance.
What ails you?
The creature, the golem, its features begin to shift once again. Though unlike before, this time it seems like it takes a lot more effort. Almost as though it's trying to carve impressions out of something that has the viscosity of molasses. It's much slower, much sloppier. The features are a lot less defined. And the only thing that it states is light, the light.
Snuff out the torches.
The torches.
We should. Yes, indeed. The torches are obviously hurting it somehow. We should at least snuff out most of them.
Van, do a thing.
Isaac, hold on to one of them just for yourself.
Oh, so
I'll hold on to one of them and stand like in the doorway at the back.
I will help
Okay.
you, creature. But you must
So
help
you,
us.
Oh. Okay, well, it's just gonna
Uh,
consistently and repeatedly just whisper out like the light.
I am trusting you here, creature. I will snuff out the light.
So as you eliminate the torches, the creature returns to the golem demon. It returns to its previous, more normal, animated state. Once again, it doesn't really say anything past. Well, it actually doesn't say anything anymore. It simply regards you. Its face constantly changing shape. Incoming
Question.
me 6.
Oh.
Excellent.
Does
Cave
Anton
sounds.
notice anything about the sarcophagi being messed with?
Oh yeah,
Oh no.
just like you fucking assholes did the first time. Somebody's decided they're gonna take the lids off it.
We put them back.
we put them
They say-
back.
I know, but these people didn't.
Assholes.
Anton walks over to the one where Maranath is and sees if he can find this vision again or see if anything else is disturbed.
You can. Well, I mean, you're able to easily recognize all the different parts that you so choose, as though you're, looking back at book and going, "Oh yeah, that's what that said." It doesn't fully encapsulate you like it had before, though.
Okay, so
Oh.
that's at least still there. I'm going to push the lid back and close it again.
Okay.
While Anton's doing that, Carlos would approach the golem thing. We've helped you. We've snuffed out the light that caused you such harm. As you can see, we have found the mask. And now we have the precarious situation where it has become affixed to our friend's face. It refuses to be removed. We were hoping you could help us in removing it from his face without causing unnecessary harm.
The mask of Gallon must go through the trials. The wearer of the mask must prove themselves worthy.
Trials.
Anton just listens for a moment.
It's the first time I've heard anything about trials. What are these trials? What must he do?
The wearer must prove himself worthy of the mask of Gallon.
How? How can they prove themselves?
Only a true follower, a true believer, understands the significance of the mask, understands the significance of its power.
This just keeps getting better and better.
Well, it's not much, but clearly it falls upon Anton to free himself of the mask. He is probably the closest thing we have to a true believer anyway, considering he has read the most on the subject, except perhaps maybe Khutula.
Anton goes to walk over and join Carlos and looking at this golem. Just curious about this now.
Is Anton gonna say anything or just stand there?
I didn't know if Carlos had anything else to ask or if it had anything to respond to Carlos's query.
It already responded to Carlos's query, really. Carlos then just... you didn't ask him another question, eh? You just kind of responded to Vin.
Yeah, it's kind of restated what the thing said,
Yeah.
or interpreted it, rather.
Okay.
So Carlos would kind of look at Anton and let him speak if he had anything.
So Anton walks up and looks the golem in the eyes, of course, just from where he's standing. So can you help me understand?
You're asking him to help you understand what?
The significance of the mask, the significance of the power, and how can I prove myself worthy?
Shit. Now I gotta fucking word this like an undead stone golem.
What?
The golem seems to hold a solid for just a moment, and then states, "This is a journey. You have already taken the first steps. Follow your dreams."
Anton is a little surprised by this particular statement, trying to think exactly what kind of dreams he's talking about, if it's just that of his personal life or if this is of something else. What do you exactly mean by following my dreams? Just simply follow just that as I am, or?
He does not respond.
He looks at Carlos for a moment, just a little intrigued by this particular statement that the golem.
I don't know. Perhaps you need to learn more about the religion and truly appreciate it for what it is. Perhaps what he says is completely at face value, that you need to be a believer of the religion and you have to believe in their god and what it stands for and all of that. And that isn't usually something that a man can simply choose to do. It's something they must come to of their own free will, I suppose, and they have to truly believe with their soul. Such a task is not possible for some.
Well, I guess for a start, we can try to kind of fix things back up just a little bit here before leaving, though. He turns to the golem for a second. Do you know who that was that did this to you? The lights. Who did this?
One who is not worthy.
Do you know his name?
Just give me a second. It's really fucking hard on the throat.
Is Chris vaping?
No, I had to drink a lot of water.
Dude,
Emerge
you
his
vape?
throat for us.
Dude.
Be thankful.
Emergency vape. Okay. Sorry, what was the question?
What
Oh,
their
the name
name
of the
is.
person?
Name of the necromancer.
Who's the
Like,
name of the hooded one? The necromancer, yeah.
Was he?
Who did this to you?
I don't
The
think we
one
know
that
that
cast
he's
the
the
light.
I simply say
necromancer.
necromancer because that's the vibe he gave off.
A
Fair enough.
warlock or a necromancer, yeah. Could have been really anything.
Okay. All right, here we go. I'm gonna do this. It's gonna be. This is important. This is actually important, so I'm gonna do it in voice. Just give me a second. I'm gonna drink.
Okay, I'm trying my best to take notes.
So he says this.
One whose soul is corrupt. It smells of greed. It's addicted to power. There's a sick being, not worthy of the mask.
It appears that he seeks the mask, but thankfully had not found it.
Well,
I don't-
might be time for us to go, so no one else finds it either.
Well, I do agree. However, again, I want to try and fix some of this place up before we leave.
Undo some of the damage.
Undo some of the damage, exactly.
It does feel like that's something a believer would do.
He nods.
It's just the respectful thing to do.
Exactly. So, the other sarcophagi, if the lid is still open, Anton would try to start closing that one, feeling that there may not be much more to ask at this moment.
I'm gonna wait outside, she says after fidgeting anxiously for a few moments, and she goes to leave.
All right.
Carlos would regard the creature again. Is there any living member of your religion?
I am not a product of the belief. I am the watcher that remain.
Right. Do you know of any believers that still exist?
Any who are left have not visited this tomb. Excuse me, hang on.
Nobody's visited this. Nobody. He doesn't know anybody else who believes. Anybody who is left has not visited this tomb for generations. I'm not even gonna take that pause.
Thank you. Okay, so to save Carlos, unless you have something else to ask,
No, don't you dare fucking sacrifice the no. Get her done. If you want to know
Get her
information,
done.
know it. If I've
Okay.
reached my limit, I will adapt accordingly.
Okay, just
It
making
just
sure,
catches
man.
me off guard every once in a while because you get that that sharp nope, you need to stop. I just got a cough.
I'm not sure what else we could ask, honestly, to help. If there was someone that was still alive, then we could have sought them out and they could have helped you. But it seems like this is something you'll have to achieve on your own.
Sorry, who did you direct that at me, Carlos?
Yes.
Okay. As painful as that does sound, he's having that may be the reality that he has to live with at the moment. After closing the sarcophagi, he goes back over to the golem and asks one more question. Do you have anything of the faith that I might be able to educate myself on this religion more? So that I may better understand?
Repeat that question?
Is there anything of the old faith, or the faith, for example, books or any of that I might be able to educate myself more on? Yeah.
You do not get a response.
Okay, well that answers my question then. I don't.
It just fucking shape shifts at you. Its face realigns itself about 3 times as you're asking that question.
Yeah, I didn't think it had an answer for that one.
Well, I suppose we should help Anton spruce this place up, make it faster. Definitely want to get out of here before any of them decide to return.
Right. And we'll definitely want to snuff out the lights on our way out.
An easy task for Mr. Cairona.
Yes.
I'm not there.
Why are we looking at slippers at a time like this?
Do you leave the room?
Vin storms off. I will keep watch outside.
Oh.
And he watches outside like a hawk. Outside went nowhere.
Yes.
That sign
yeah.
is still there.
So yeah, God, that's pretty much what I start doing is I start putting the lids back on things, try to put things back in places I remember as best as I can remember it, and then start taking out the lights, pretty much just turning them off.
Okay. Are you waiting for everybody to go before you do this, or are you just doing this?
I am going to stay. I'm going to face my fears.
The only people here
Oh,
with me
that
are
ends badly.
Isaac and Carlos right now, so I'd say yeah, I can do this with them if they don't mind.
Isaac's gonna stay in the dark.
He has a torch. One torch.
I'm going to put it out. I'm going to face my fears.
Oh no.
I'm slowly working
Okay.
up to it, but I'm going to do it. He has decided.
Okay.
He has spoken.
I can respect that.
Very well, let's get started.
So does
That's
anything
awesome.
happen to us, or does what happens as we're doing all this?
As the lights go out, all of the creepy, freaky noises that were supposed to be in the tomb slowly begin to reappear. So as you're restoring along that hallway, the little gargoyles in the roof begin to chatter and whisper again. And then as you the only thing that does not change is the petrified we'll call it the plinth head, because I can't think of another term for him, but yeah, that thing's still around, or still frozen and fucked.
There's nothing we can do about that.
I don't know. Do you know anything that you can do about that?
Maybe putting an offering there will bring it back to life.
It's a shape-shifting stone face statue thing that screams at people and always looks like it's staring into your eyes.
It's that
Except now
freaking
it
guy in
can't.
the rocking chair that screams, "Get the hell off my lawn!"
Kind of.
Oh yeah.
Like,
Except he's not around.
I don't
He's no longer.
I don't have any magical powers, unfortunately, that I could think of that could do anything except, maybe, ask it to wake up or something like that, but I doubt that it'll react to even Anton. Oh, God's muted.
Yeah, I
That's
muted.
bad.
Sorry, I was looking at something else. Yeah, there's no conceivable, like aside from turning off all the torches, there's nothing else that you can really do that you would know of. And though everything else returns to normal, it is that specific thing does not return to normal.
That is not something I can replace, unfortunately. I cannot reanimate that.
No.
So, seeing as that is done, as everybody has now left, I hope, close the doors behind me. And unless we plan to stick around and look at some of those other ruins, I think we need to get out of here. What do you guys think?
Carlos agrees. If they haven't found anything here and the golem only speaks in riddles, then they have no more business here. They will yeah, once they finish, Carlos and the group will probably leave. Once they are finished and they step foot outside the catacombs, Carlos would turn to Anton and be like, "Well, how do you feel? Do you feel any closer to them, having reset their remains? Does the mask feel any looser on your face?"
Anton would try to just kind of do some internal check on this. Does he actually feel any different after this?
I mean, if you feel like you might feel different, but there's nothing acting on your psyche from the exterior of your mind. Anything you are feeling is it's all in your own brain.
I mean, I don't feel any different, though. The only thing that I do feel better about is putting things back as they were, but other than that, I don't feel much different.
And the mask, have you tried removing it again?
Anton tries to tug at it.
Still stuck to your face.
Just shakes his head. Just, no.
Really, no looser at all?
Nope. I think the problem with this, Carlos, is that this is only a small act. Again, this golem seems to have honestly kind of shared a bit more than I was expecting. Though I kind of want to read one of the other books now that I managed to get from the Great Library.
It's probably our best bet, unfortunately.
Well, should we be off then?
Indeed, and I'm sure Nephis is either worried or angry at us for being away for so long.
You're right. So does anybody have any issue with heading back to the wagon and Nephis now?
About time we were on our way.
Yep.
I'm outside.
We all came outside, I thought.
We all came outside.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
yes,
closed the crypt doors behind me when we left.
we best be going.
Did you close them on me? No.
Fuck no.
that would be hilarious.
You were just brave your fears, man. I ain't doing that shit to you. Okay, in that case, we get the hell out of here and go back to the wagon, I would say.
All right. Well, the sun is setting as you make your way, as you manage to get to the road. Nephis, aside from the specific interaction with the nobleman and his retinue, nobody else has really bothered you. There's still traffic moving along the road, and while you do get sort of curious and worried glances your way, if you ever care enough to notice, nobody really bothers you for the rest of the time.
So wait, how close am I to the road? Because I specifically wanted to get off the road a distance and get to the river. Last time I was fairly certain that it was quite a distance, like a few feet off the... Jesus Christ, your microphone.
What the hell?
Yeah, off the beaten path. The river was.
I can't remember exactly what I told you that many weeks ago, but I do remember just in my head what I remember is that while it wasn't like you took 2 steps and you were in the middle of the river kind of thing, it wasn't super far away either. The road traveled alongside the river for a while, a very long while, and while you might have gotten while it might have been closer than it was in some points and farther at other points, it's always generally parallel to the river. And at this specific spot, like I said, you're not like 10 feet off the road, but you're not. There's not a whole lot to really disguise you. You can get off the road and you can get down, but anybody who's looking for the thing is going to see you, or anybody who's just looking on that side of the road. But you're you have more than just leaving it on the shoulders. So you're able to get it off, get it down a little hill, sit it nice off to the side where you're not disturbing anybody. That way somebody would obviously have to go out of their way to come in, just like the nobleman and his retinue, they went out of their way to come down and see what was going on. They could see it. People could see your cart, they passed by, but it would actually take a concerted to come and investigate, giving you time to say, oh, hey, what's going on?
Okay.
If that helps.
Yes.
So there you go. The sun is setting. The rest of your party returns to you. Finally, after having left you at noon.
Kicking
If
a
they
dog in
approach
my
me quietly, I do not speak to them, then...
Hell yeah.
Hello?
Why
Me6 is
ME
done.
6?
Jesus, don't everybody talk at once or anything.
Nephis is
time
gonna
we be
get
on our
up
way.
and Nephis is just gonna get up and walk down the river away from everyone.
Nephis, we're getting ready to leave. He's not going to listen to me, is he?
We were gone quite a while.
Well,
While I regret not sending him a message on what transpired, I do think it was necessary.
Indeed.
fair.
How late is it currently?
The sun is setting. It's about 7 o'clock.
Oh my.
Best we can go a little ways south, and if only Nephis will cooperate with us.
He's a Navy man. He can take the river down.
Whee! Well, I mean, either way, he should at least know that we're getting ready to leave.
I'm not sure how much travel we'll get in. It's almost time to make camp anyway.
Fair enough.
Doesn't seem like the worst spot to set up camp.
Yes.
We don't know when he's going to return, so might as well just set up camp for the night and figure out our next move.
Yep. All right.
I want the
Here he goes walking off again. Yeah, well,
Okay, so you're gonna
We'll set
camp
up-
for the night.
yeah.
Hey, you'll get to start your vision quest.
So many dead people. I think.
Jesus Christ, that's a lot of dead people.
Jesus Christ. God, you should see what it's probably going to do to my mind if we ever return to Vales. If it's just...
Well, I mean, we don't know, but Nephis knows that they're gathering people to go there and fight.
That is true.
When we were traveling down and Khutula was reading one of the books there were about 3 books total.
There was 3 books, yeah.
And so how far did she get through like one of them?
Fucking Jesus, that's a really good question. Maybe a third of the way through, because you're a fast reader.
Wow.
I'm good at reading, because you read.
Mm-hmm. Understood. Well, once we set up camp, she's probably gonna set up a little reading station and see what she can get through.
Well, all right, powering through the books. Nephis returns after a half an hour of walking, and then more. Yeah, so you guys camp for the night, come back, and wake up in the morning, and it's dawn of a new day.
Wondrous.
You guys lost a half a day of travel, so you still have a full day's worth of traveling before you get to Cools.
Well, we best get moving.
You're 1.5 days, so move to half. Yeah, you have 1 full day of travel. Okay, I was right. Sorry. Okay.
Nephis will no longer, or when he packs up, he'll be sitting in the back of the wagon. He'll know he isn't sitting in the front to take the reins.
Nephis is pouting.
So Anton is solo at the front. Everybody else is in the back. Then.
I mean, unless nobody wants people to see my mask, which again,
I'll set up in the front.
Isaac is feeling very sure of himself. He's conquered his fear.
well, if he needs any help figuring some of this out, I can probably help him.
If only we can take our wounded soldiers with PTSD and throw them up to the front.
Khutula focuses on the books, but she kind of like glances up at Nephis here and there.
Okay, so
Amazing.
it sounds like Isaac and Anton are at the front.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So did Nephis share his experience with the
No.
prince? Okay, I just want to make sure.
He hasn't
He has
really
not
said
spoken a word
anything,
to.
and
No,
we
he
haven't
hasn't
really
said-
said anything to him.
Yeah.
Amazing.
And Khutula's like
Okay.
obviously like a little nervous about that. Like, we should say something, but he looks mad, and I don't want to say anything.
Oh, shit's awkward.
Further
Okay.
fostering Nephis's anger.
Amazing. Everybody's just awkwardly silent. Cool. So you make it to about you make it a good fair distance. It's late morning. It's not quite noon. It's late morning. And as you're traveling your regular travel pace, you at some point in the morning, you begin to hear the sound of what the fuck? Okay, someone just came home. Sorry. You begin to hear the sounds of people moving fast. There are horses that are galloping at speed. There are people who are distressed and traveling. The refugees that are trickling by are starting to pick up and are a lot more frantically trying to move away from something. As you continue to travel, you hear screams in the distance behind you.
I think it might be best for us to push the horses a little bit, get some distance from those screams.
I couldn't agree more. What exactly are they screaming about?
Nothing good.
As
Khutula looks up from her book with her 9 passive wisdom. What screams?
What scream?
Khutula, listen behind us for just a moment.
We best be going.
I listen. I hear nothing.
No, you. Yeah, you hear fucking nothing.
She shrugs and continues reading.
Khutula, get the wax out of your ears, I swear.
Okay, well, we're picking
How
up
fast does the wagon move?
40.
Oh,
No, I
Less
mean like travels like on the roads. Is it like faster than a? Sorry, than a like a single person traveling, correct?
Like, how fast
would
are
it
the
be
horses
slower?
moving at a trot?
40 miles per hour. That's like a Honda Civic, dude.
Give me a second.
I more meant like just at our like normal traveling pace that we've been moving. Like saying if somebody was like just like low amounts of gear was like traveling besides it, would they be able to move quicker than say like a group in a wagon?
I'm grabbing that information for you.
Gotcha.
So that I know. I'm
I just
going
wanna
straight from the
specify
rules
because
here.
I'm asking the question.
Okay, so if you're in a vehicle, it doesn't really do anything other than sort of let you carry more stuff, as far as I can understand. Just looking at the bare bones basic rules. The rules for mounted vehicles say that for short spans of time, up to an hour, many animals move much faster than humanoids. A mounted character can ride at a gallop for about an hour, covering twice the usual distance for a fast pace. If fresh mounts are available every 8 to 10 miles, characters can cover larger distances, but this is very rare, except in densely populated areas. If you're in a wagon, carriage, or land vehicle, you can choose your travel pace as normal. If you're in a waterborne vessel, you're limited to the speed of the vessel, and you can obviously travel up to 24 hours a day. So for you guys, you travel 24 miles a day. Just hanging out in your little cart.
Gotcha. About how
yeah.
far away is Cools from us right now?
So you were 1 day or 24 miles away. Sorry, you're a little bit less than 1 day / 24 miles away. So you're probably like distance traveled per hour. So you go 3 miles an hour. Ooh, 3 whole miles an hour. And you've been traveling through the morning, so you probably have traveled about 9 miles.
Oh, shit.
9 or 10 miles out of your 24, so you probably got 14 miles left.
Not even. Okay.
And if we wanted to, we could move at double speed for an hour.
You could. I'm gonna check the specific speed of your. Are you in a cart or a carriage? I can't.
Wagon.
remember.
We're in a wagon, yeah.
Wagon.
And we've got
Wagon.
draft
These
horses.
nuts.
Two horses, yeah?
We have 2 horses, draft horses.
What terrain
Oregon
are we in? Are we
Trail.
in forest
Road.
or coastal?
We're on a road, a dirt road, probably.
technically, well, yeah, you are. You're on a road.
Dumbass, shut the fuck up. You're asking stupid questions. I'm asking the smart question. Dumbass.
Yeah, sure you are.
Answer, Chris.
I guess you would consider the terrain a coast because of the large river.
Oh my.
Oh, how convenient.
Wow. That's exciting.
35 pieces. Fuck. Okay, there's no specific speed for this, so 2 draft horses, which go 40 feet. So I would say that due to the fact that you have 2 draft horses pulling the wagon, then it'll probably take. You can move 40 feet a turn, which ain't too bad, and you can get them up to whatever the galloping speed of a draft horse is, if you want to push them. But you can't push them too long before they suffer issues.
I'm at least gonna push them a little bit to get us a little bit more distant.
Without
Whatever.
saying anything, Nephis is just gonna hop off the wagon.
Whoa, shit!
Whoa, me.
Okay.
Is he just stopping there, or?
He's walking in the opposite direction towards the screaming.
Nephis, what are you doing? That's the wrong way.
He's gonna put his hand up, like waving.
At least say what your intentions are.
He's gonna turn around, look at Carlos for a second, walking backwards. I'll meet you at Coles. Cools.
I get off the wagon and
I hop off and follow him.
run up to Nephis and
Oh,
I try to put a hand on his shoulder and say, Mr. Nephis, we encountered some people at that catacomb, and they seem to be quite deadly, and there was one creature that we did not know. It looked very devilish.
You'd have to keep up with Nephis to talk with him. You'd continue moving.
I'm athletic.
Copy that.
Wait, who all jumped off to follow him?
Isaac and Vince. That
I
leaves
would
Carlos,
tell
Anton,
him
and
that,
Khutula on
and
the
then just
wagon.
kind of just stand there.
Nephis would nod his head as he's walking away.
Carlos, what are we doing?
Okay, so these screams are still in the distance at this point, but they are starting to get louder, and you do start to hear different
also
sounds.
something
on
I
top
would like
of
to address. Isaac also hopped off the wagon, so he's following me.
Uh-huh.
which means nobody's steering the wagon.
No, Anton would be taking
Oh,
over.
sorry,
Yeah.
Anton is okay.
Yeah.
Anton was sitting in the front.
Nephis would say,
Yep.
"Leave me alone."
Well, where are you going? You going to figure out what's going on, or? Because if so, I'm
going
gonna
where
follow.
I'm going.
Well, you heard him. He wants to be alone, and he said he'll meet us at Cool's. He's a grown man. He knows what he's doing.
Oh hell.
Well, you can do whatever you want to do. Then I'm just gonna go check out what the fuck's going on.
Oh,
So that means
my.
Isaac and Nephis are staying.
Khutula kind of hangs out the back of the wagon, like anxiously, just like watching, unsure what the fuck is going on or what to do.
I'm not sure either. Carlos, what are we doing?
We're continuing to Cool's. He said he'll meet us there. He doesn't want company. What more can we do?
Once Vin gets back on, unless Vin has something to say, we're gonna go ahead and keep moving, acknowledging just what Carlos said.
I'm on the wagon. I
Well, let's
warned
hope
him
Nephis
about
and
what
Isaac-
we saw at the catacombs.
I really hope those two don't get themselves killed.
Did Isaac come back to the cart, or is he still like following Nephis despite what he said?
No, he's heading towards the screaming on his own now, regardless of Nephis.
Oh shit.
Oh shit.
Isaac, what are you doing at least?
Going to help the people in trouble?
Damn it all. Well, what are the... I don't like this. Shall we turn around? It seems against my best judgment, but everyone else seems to have taken leave of their senses.
I don't
I have
know
a
what
feeling,
you
regardless,
expect
it's
me to
gonna.
do.
It may end up following us all the way to Cool's.
Got a point, it could follow us all the way.
We must seek the apothecary in Cools. Surely,
And-
even a meager town such as Cools would have a man of medicine
Anton just ignores Vin on that
and a
comment.
steady hand.
And a steady hand.
My god.
Okay, so there, Isaac and Nephis are going north to investigate the screams, and everybody else is returning to Cools.
Unless anybody else has an issue with it, probably.
Okay.
Any issue, Carlos, Khutula, Vin?
What did you
Nothing
ask
else.
me?
We need to go prepare, so I'd say back to Cool's.
All
We
right.
have a better chance of helping anyone at Cools, I believe. Anyway.
In that case, we'll keep moving. Hopefully they can handle themselves.
Is Cools the place where I freed the guy from the gibbet cage, or was that the next town over?
That was... Yeah, that was way down.
Alright, never mind.
That was like the first town. Yeah, right there.
Okay. So
Oops.
I begin meditating.
I'm in the background trying to find a thing, but for the moment, Devon, are you able to put the grid on the tabletop? I don't know if that's a way to overlay the
Whoa.
grid. Actually, you know what? I like your... Yeah, we'll do that temporarily.
It has a
That's
grid.
good. So we're just going to pretend this is a road
Oh,
until I find the battle map that I'm looking for, but I can't
okay.
yet.
Hey, it's our camp where we got ambushed by fucking bats.
Yeah!
Giant bat
What a
dude.
tragic place.
Yeah. So
moving on
specifically
the
and
road-
only Oh, sorry. Yep.
While
Go.
moving on the road, if Isaac is like trailing or near him, he's going to then cast, or he's going to move off the path to the east and roll stealth
Hell yeah.
to hide himself away from Isaac. And I believe, let's see.
Okay. Go ahead and roll your stealth.
No.
And
Oh no.
Oh, not this
I think if
shit
you're-
again.
You're actively trying to keep an eye on him. Roll
Cautious
perception.
I mean, he rolled what? That's a 10 plus 4, 14. That doesn't even beat my passive. So would I have to?
That's not the roll, or that's not the end roll either. But I
No.
believe you still have to roll to get it.
Oh, that was really weird. Just give me a second. Connecting. What did you get as your stealth result?
I got a 15. You're lagging a lot, Chris. I think that's the issue. Is just your internet connection.
Oh no.
Failed. It's weird.
It'll get through to him eventually.
15. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I heard you. Sorry, I'm trying to figure out why my internet would be so bad, especially where I am. Is it better?
Yes.
Sounds
Sounds like
good
it.
now.
Good. Good, perfect. Okay, 15. And Isaac, you said that's lower than your passive.
Oh no,
wisdom?
I didn't know he had some other bonus, but I thought he had a 14. I have 15 passive.
Yeah, I'm still gonna make you roll perception for it.
Oh, Nephis, you.
Oh,
Fuck.
Where'd you go, my friend?
At 20.
Nat 20 plus 5.
Yeah, he sees you sneaking off into the bush, and you can choose either to ignore the fact that you dipped or
I see him
know,
dip,
address that,
and
but-
I just shrug my shoulders and then keep going.
okay.
Doing so, I'm able to keep
So-
pace with Isaac, and I will continue
Okay.
pushing off to the trail or off the trail until I can. He's just like in view, so I can keep view of the road.
All right. So I'm
Yes.
gonna get you guys to place yourselves on this path here, this thing here, as if the path. Right, I can't interact. Can I get my super roll back?
Oh yeah, sorry.
Ah,
Yeah, that's fine. Perfect.
Oops.
Okay.
I did it again.
whoa.
Fuck.
Goodbye.
No.
It's so easy to press backspace.
How could you do this, Devon?
There, it's big. It's approximately big.
Yes.
It is approximately big. That's really weird. Oh, there we go. Okay, so the road is about 15 feet wide. And this, oh, Jesus Christ, that was horrible. Don't erase all lines. Erase. Yeah, the road is 15 feet wide, and it goes through the thing that I just did. Bloop. And I'll have a battle map, because I know I feel as though this is gonna be used, but the water is here.
Okay.
So
So this would be the south side, if I'm not mistaken.
the road goes north south. Oh, that didn't work. Look at me.
You're drawn on the table.
I'm drawing on the table. Okay. There you go. So the river's to the east, the woods is to the west, north south can be figured out from there. So yeah, you're on this road, one of you, and the other one is in the woods. It would be on the west side, is in the woods, or in the scrub, in the deep shit where you can hide. And the rest of you guys are about 150 feet away at this point in time as the wagon keeps going.
We're going to be doubling our movement for just a little bit to get a little bit more distance.
Oh, but just a moment, because you might not want to. As all of everybody is going to roll perception to identify the things that are happening ahead of you as they're starting to grow closer. Remember, there are still refugees going down the road. I'm not going to put them on the map for now because they are going to, make themselves inconsequential.
I rolled a.
Wasted my nat 20 on not caring. Fuck.
21.
Oh shit! Even my Oh fuck! Never mind.
Oh.
Fuck. Yeah, I'm here.
14. Okay. So yeah. Khutula and Carlos and Isaac don't notice this. It is specifically Anton and Vinshenzo and Nephis can see it sort of obscured through the branches just because you're off in deeper terrain, we'll say. But what you see coming into view down the road, as far as you can really see, the refugees are screaming and running south down the road for their lives, and into view come a pack of warg riding goblins, who are cutting down these refugees as they ride south, and they are slaughtering anything that gets in their path.
And they're ahead of us too, or no?
No. They're coming from the north, traveling.
Okay, so
south.
they're behind us.
They're behind you, but Isaac and Nephis are now walking towards this. These creatures are the source of the screaming.
Oh.
Mounted raiders, eh?
Yeah.
Who's at
On
the reins?
wargs.
Anton's at the reins.
Anton, there are riders behind us, gaining ground quickly.
Oh, shit.
Stand and fight.
They're like a distance behind you. They're like,
And
you look around and in the distance you see them massacring civilians.
Seeing, or at least Anton turning around to look for just a moment, he probably sees the wargs, doesn't he?
Oh wait, they're not riding towards us? They're just like killing people?
They're in the north killing, like they're riding south, but they're like riding south for the purpose of killing people.
They're
Like,
killing people as they're going
riding along
along.
the road, hacking at refugees as they're traveling
Okay.
south.
How much distance have we made from Isaac?
You are currently 150 feet away.
Oh, so we're still pretty close.
What is Isaac doing?
I haven't seen them yet.
Oh.
So I take it like
No.
the people in the cart or the wagon, as soon as Vin called them out, we'd see them.
Yeah, with his assistants pointing out where they are, you all are. Everybody in the cart is aware of what's going on. As I said, Nephis sort of sees. He's able to identify that bad things are happening, but he doesn't see the whole picture, just
Damn it.
because there's a lot of like foliage and stuff. So Nephis isn't fully. Nephis is aware something bad's going on. Isaac, I don't know, he's stuck in his head. But everybody in the
Look,
wagon has
I'm
been made
making
aware
my
of
way
this
through
situation.
panicking civilians.
He's making his
Kinda
way
hard to see shit.
downtown, walking fast.
DM,
Faces pass.
does Anton
Isaac-
have any familiarity with warg?
What?
Do I know the beasts that
Yeah,
they're
you
riding
know
on?
about works. You know
I-
about works.
And they're probably much faster than
Isaac,
us.
when you identify what they are, you also know about works.
Yep, that's a ward.
Isaac, sorry, not Isaac. Anton, you know that wargs are used as battle mounts, so they are fast enough to run down people. They used as cavalry. So.
And they will run down this wagon too. We don't have much a choice.
I mean, they'd run
I'm gonna
down
get
Isaac
you to roll
first.
nature.
That's true. They would. How many can I see? Is it just 4 or?
I don't think you were the one who was able to see them at all.
I got a 19.
Oh no, yeah, sorry, no. Anton got 19. Sorry, I was thinking of somebody else. Anton sees at least 12.
12 riders?
12 riders.
Oh,
And their
Jesus
mounts.
Christ. Oh boy. Okay. Carlos, I don't think we can outrun those things, and those things will kill Isaac. need to-
Agreed. We'll have to regroup with him. He might not even be aware he's in trouble.
Yep. He's going to stop the wagon and see about getting out. there's no way he can deal with this himself. And I'm going to gesture to the other passengers in the wagon. Come on, we gotta go help him. And start running towards Isaac.
Could I shout to get Isaac's attention?
I'm gonna say that you're a bit too far for that, simply for the sake of moving along. Nephis, you're aware that there is a problem north in the distance, but you can't directly see it. Isaac does not seem to recognize that something's going on. Are you gonna do or say anything, or are you just gonna keep pace?
Nephis is going to sprint out of the fucking woods towards Isaac, and he's going to start yelling, "Go back, you fool!"
I will state that as soon as you manage to get onto the road, see the full picture, just due to the fact that you're looking in the right direction and you know to pick up on what's happening.
And as I get to the road, are there actually civilians like brushing past like Isaac and moving?
Yeah,
past
but
us?
they're not like shouldering past you. It's not like a
Yeah,
full
just, like,
road.
sparse.
But they saw it too, and they're getting the fuck out of the way. Some are like disappearing off into the trees. Some are just trying to get past. You know, one of those like, I escaped the bear because I shot my buddy in the foot kind of thing. Maybe if they get past enough people, then they won't be in danger.
Mm-hmm.
So they're just sheer. They're doing full monkey. Get away from dangerous predator mode. They're fleeing in panic. All they know how to do is to get the fuck away from there.
Copy.
Well, do you describe the threat, or did you just tell me to?
Isaac, you
Well,
can take another perception check if you want, or if your passive perception is 15, I'll let you figure it out.
Yeah, it's 15. I'll,
Okay.
if that's the case, I'll just figure it out if I don't have to roll.
Yeah, you've been pointed out that something's wrong, and I'll say you're at least able to take in the picture.
Do I know that there's wargs? Because
You see 12 wargs with goblin mounts slaughtering civilians in front of you.
I draw weapons. I tell Nephis to do the same. Because we are not outrunning those things. They will run us the
No.
fuck down.
They will outrun us. Yep. There's no choice.
Yeah.
Looking back at the cart, I'll say it's wise for you to get back with the others now.
We must get out of sight, Anton. Get the cart
And
off
he's going
the
to,
road.
Can you
Run
get the-
back into the forest.
Can you get the cart into the forest or something? Obviously, we can't outrun them, but perhaps we can hide, or they'll at least be less mobile in the trees. If we must fight
What's the sense of smell on the wargs?
I think it'd be
What?
enough.
They are riding towards you as you speak. They're actively riding in your direction.
I think they see us.
There's
I
12
don't think there's a
of them,
hawk.
Anton. We can't take them by ourselves. Even if we were all unified, there's twice as many of them as there are of us.
Remember about that thing about we don't have a choice? I'm sorry, but it might be one of those times.
Anton, you always choose the most difficult path, and it makes my skin crawl. Vin gets off the cart and goes into the trees.
Okay.
Carlos would follow.
Who's he following?
Going into the trees.
Vinshenzo.
Oh god. Alright.
Anton, get the cart into the trees.
I don't imagine there's a place to pull off, and I think they've already seen it.
Oh my god.
It doesn't matter. They won't be able to
Is
fight
there
us as
a place to
effectively with a
pull
bunch
off?
of trees around.
God.
They have
Can
the
we
advantage
hide?
on open ground, Anton. We need to get off the road. You're a military man. You can figure that out.
Chris, is there a place for Anton to pull off the cart?
Yes.
Thank you.
East and the west. Sorry,
Ah,
didn't hear the question.
it's not you, it's Anton.
Fucker. Right? I'm trying to.
I can't see a place to park.
Fuck you. Stay silent,
We're gonna miss
pacifist.
our reservation.
And you're about to miss your chance to play a damn play.
Oh. This is not what I wanted to do today. Vin is walking with purpose up the road. Well, through the trees towards up the road.
Jesus Christ.
Next week's battle map will be a lot bigger than this to account for the fact that the whole area is a lot bigger than this. I forgot how fucking big large creatures are, but this is not a problem because horses are this big too,
Yup.
supposedly.
Don't you know horses are 10 by 10 feet?
A horse is 10 by 10 feet. So those are the warg riders, and I have
A horse cubed. Interesting.
a horse cubed.
Him blorb.
A horse is approximately a cube.
Yes. Yeah. So they are getting closer. The longer you the longer you guys sort of,
We're
more specifically Isaac, you fucking
What
stand
is
in the middle of the
Isaac
wid ass.
doing?
Ah.
I would like to also reroll my stealth. In doing so, I realized my character sheet wasn't completely up to date. For my proficiencies, I'm gonna reroll stealth.
Do it. Go ahead.
Hiya. Oh, hell yeah.
Okay.
18.
that is,
All right.
Yeah, 18 plus 4 and a 3, so plus 7.
Nephis is a shadow. Mr. Santiago, did you see where Nephis went to?
All I saw is that he went towards the river into the trees, I think. I lost him once he crossed the threshold.
Tried checking your asshole.
Nephis, what are you doing there?
Hiding.
What is
Okay,
Isaac
so-
doing?
Nephis, where are you in on the map
Looking for
here?
Karn.
I'm over near the river, kind of
Oh,
hiding.
So everybody's off the road, eh?
You're
That was
there's
the
like
plan.
maybe one or two civilians actively getting slaughtered. Like as you're I assume you're like doing the Marvel superhero walk where you're fearlessly walking towards danger and then unsheath your fucking because you're a cool guy.
No.
As you're doing that, like this pack of wargs is coming down the road, and one of them leans over with a big ass nasty cleaver, and he just takes out a woman, screaming woman, and she gets completely like obliterated by this man's cleaver. And then another one that's got a hooked spear lances into the back of like her husband or son or whatever he is running slightly behind her, and he gets taken out. The warg that the goblin is riding grabs the man who's been stabbed in the jaws and just flings him as they're galloping down the road.
That's cool.
That's fucked. We are about to get fucked.
Isaac, man, what are you doing?
I am slowly walking backwards with my shield up, facing them. I'm not running
okay.
into that.
And your friends are all hiding in the woods. Question mark.
Carlos, yes, Carlos calls out to Isaac once they get. How far away are we from Isaac? Is he like?
Well,
close to us now?
you were 150 feet away last time I checked, and I can't remember if you guys had made an effort to go up to him or if you just kind of sat there and went, "Oh, well, that's a problem. Oh, Isaac. Oh, shit, we need to get off the road."
I
Kind of
described
how
what
it
I was
seems as
doing.
though.
Well, he doesn't
Okay.
remember.
Yeah, I got a lot of things. I have to get you to repeat what you said you were gonna do.
I was walking with purpose up through the trees, up the road, parallel to the road.
Okay. Do you have a specific destination in mind, or are you just advancing on the enemy?
Parallel with Isaac.
Okay, so you meet yourself parallel. Okay, so are you trying
And
to disguise
Carlos
yourself
was
in the trees?
following me. Yes,
Yes.
I'm trying to be not seen.
Stealth. All right, and all of you had already rolled your stealth rolls.
No.
Okay.
No.
Aren't they like
That's probably
fucking
why I didn't
600 fucking feet away?
No, they're 100 and like.
They're moving closer. They were far away, but since you
They're
had
probably,
spotted
like-
them, they were moving closer.
They're fucking fast. They're probably
They're
on
probably
top
like
of.
200 feet away.
Yeah, but they're
if
also killing civilians at the same time, so they're not at a
Well,
full
they're not-
gallop.
They're not stopping to kill civilians. They're cutting them down as they ride. But you're right. They're not going at a full gallop. They're advancing sort of
Yes.
with speed.
Well, I guess I'll find out.
Indeed.
Okay, cool. All right, so I'm gonna get you guys to roll your stealths.
Oh, that's not good.
Disadvantage, knight.
I do, yeah.
Ooh, I got a nat 20.
Nice. Khutula is one with the trees.
I rolled a 1.
I'm small.
Isaac, or not Isaac, knight is not. Anton is not.
You guys should
Five.
probably post your your rolls. Would be easier.
Oh no.
Sure, come fuck me in the trees. Dumbasses.
So, isn't there a rule with like when groups are moving in stealth that if the majority of the party succeeds, then the party succeeds?
I've never heard that. I've never heard of that rule before.
I swear it's mentioned somewhere in this. I'll try to find it.
If it is, cool. I'm just saying I've never heard of it. I'm not saying you're wrong.
Just something I vaguely remember reading while perusing.
That's cool. Because yeah, on average, very, very good rolls.
Trying to save someone's life. Okay.
I didn't say it, Chris did.
What?
He's the one who called you a bitch.
Yeah, that was totally me.
Why?
And the only thing like that, or in that vein, that I remember is that if you're familiar with the territory, you can move at like stealth pace with the whole party at normal speed.
So they're
I
like
don't recall there being a majority
125
roll.
feet from
That's
Isaac.
if you're only That's only if you're traveling alone, and if you're it's your favorite territory, and you've been traveling for over an hour.
See
That
rules
makes
for
sense.
hiding, chapter 7.
Which in this case, I'm the only person who has that.
We're not hiding though, we're stealthing.
About
Hiding it
how
is-
wide
that
across
is
is the
hiding.
road?
No, 15 feet.
15 feet. Okay.
Penis.
Oh. I am thinking.
Whoa,
I know.
that was awesome.
What?
Freaking pop shove it, dude.
Amazing.
What's amazing? What's happening?
Sorry, something else happened.
Hello.
My computer decided that it wasn't gonna unmute when I wanted it to unmute, and then it did. And it's amazing. Okay. All right.
That's awesome.
Okay.
I might ask for help in a group. Okay, so I found rules for working together. Let's see.
I'm moving you up, Isaac, just for the sake of showing the distance behind, how far behind
Yeah,
you
yeah.
everybody else is.
When a number of individuals are trying to accomplish something as a group, the DM might ask for a group ability check. In such a situation, the characters who are skilled at a particular task can help cover those who aren't. To make a group ability check, everyone in the group makes the ability check. If at least half the group succeeds, the whole group succeeds. Otherwise, the group fails.
Well, over half the group has succeeded, so I'll give it to. Actually, no. Technically, not over half the group because
Said at
the
least
5
half.
Yeah,
I haven't rolled, so technically,
you're not part of their party. There's just 4 of them in there.
Yeah, so 2 of us succeeded, 2 of us
Failed. So yeah,
so that's at least half.
everybody will have the
So basically, like,
stealth roll of the lowest success.
Okay.
So I think that's gonna be. I don't know what.
Vin rolled a 1 last I checked, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
It's done.
technically
the
my
lowest
roll-
success is like
success.
either the natural 20 or the 26.
I was gonna say
Sure.
if we add my modifier, it's 21.
Yeah.
So you all have a
Yeah,
stealth
but-
of 21. The 4 of
So-
you.
So somehow fucking Carlos helps one and
The man in chainmail.
Khutula
freaking
helps
suit.
the other somehow, just against all
he's
odds.
small.
Vinshenzo is walking through the woods and his instrument gets caught on
I'm
a
walking
branch,
with purpose.
and you immediately dull the sound of the ring by putting your hand on the fucking frets and dulling it, and then
I would
and then
not
life
let
is
him
good.
touch my instrument.
okay, never mind. You can figure out how you help each other. Fine. Just trying to be.
I'm wearing gloves.
Never mind. Doesn't matter. Somehow you help him not be as obvious
a
as he
klutz.
was. There you go.
catch him.
So, so we're gonna roll initiative.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, I need to be over there. Sorry, this
Excellent
is somebody's
show.
die. We're all gonna roll initiative. Hooray!
I have 21.
20.
Okay.
Or no.
Isn't it
26,
also plus your
sorry.
dexterity?
Yeah, it's your roll plus whatever your initiative modifier is.
Which is just dex, unless you have an additional bonus, but those are all like feat things.
Yeah, I do.
Seems like Anton's pretty much going last here.
Yeah, plus 2, so that's
Did you roll over a 10 the last 3 times?
Wait, what?
The last 3 times you rolled have all been under 10, right?
I think so. My perception was a 19 earlier, but yeah, the last one was a 5, and then this one was an 8. So a little low rolling right now. It's fine. It's fine.
12, 7, 8. Holy shit! So you're 8 knight.
Yep, initiative of 8.
It
And the
seems
next
the
one
more
is-
lowly of us will get their pound of flesh after all.
14. Chill 20. Jesus Christ, chill.
17 plus 3.
Hold on. 21. Sorry, 26, 16, 18.
Yes.
And then... Okay. So... obviously, Vinshenzo gets to go first.
Am I parallel with Isaac?
You're starting from where you currently are on the battle map.
Okay. I move to be parallel, a bit behind Isaac. I would like to search for Nephis.
All right, roll perception.
My stealth was 25.
Hold on, where is it? Get this shit off here. Perception 3. Perception's wisdom, so plus 3, 5. I rolled 18. Or no, sorry. Yeah, 18.
Okay. Well, the 18, you're unable to detect Nephis. You look around, but you can't see him.
I end my turn.
Okay.
Or no,
The next
wait.
is going to be.
I say,
Oh,
Isaac, get into the trees.
all right.
And
Well,
I end my
Isaac,
turn.
it happens to be your turn right now. So. Isaac.
All right, there you go. I'm going to move 15 feet over there, and then I'm going to ready attack on with the trigger of anything entering range, and that will end my turn.
Okay. So it was. Okay, I was right. So the first 3 of them come into view. Oh shit! How the fuck? How do I make it do the feet instead of the? Oh, there we go. I think.
The feet?
Yeah, the ruler. How do I make it do feet instead of
You click
whatever
the
it's currently
ruler
doing?
button, or you mouse over the ruler button, and then options come out.
Units. Okay, so yeah, it's the first one. Is click that. It'll go
Okay, so
to
10.
inch,
50
I
feet
think.
is 10 squares then. So there's 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1,
Oh, whoops.
2, 3 of them are galloping forward, or well, moving forward quickly. It is Nephis.
All right. Damn. Nephis is going to rub mistletoe ash all over him and whisper a few words to himself, casting Pass Without Trace, boosting his stealth to another plus 10. And he's just going to sit there.
Oh, okay. After Nephis, it is.
All right. So it's just the 3 approaching currently.
They're the leaders of the pack. They pulled ahead.
Okay. So like this one is the one on the south or the bottom end is off of the road, like right here.
Yeah, he's just off the road. It's not woods. It's like like scrubby land, but he's traveling over it pretty quick.
Okay. I am going to cast no. I'm gonna ready a spell. I'm gonna move about. So where does like the tree line we can hide in end roughly on here?
Everything on the east side of the road, which is between the road and the river, is not actual trees. It's just
Okay.
sort of tall grass, bushes, things like that. You can crouch down, or you can get yourself low and be in cover. But the actual good thick dense foliage is on the west side of the road.
Okay, understood. So I'm gonna stay crouched down, kind of hiding, and move up with towards Isaac here, and I'm gonna prepare a spell.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
After Khutula, it is Carlos.
Hello.
Hello.
All right. So I'm going to see 5, 10, 15. I'm going to move about here, and I'm going to get into position, protect Vin if necessary. So I will attack the first hostile creature that moves within range.
Okay, and on that, it is the next group who go. These three, so they're going up to here, I believe. 1, 2, 3. Then it is Anton.
Wait, so they're riding through the trees?
It's
Once
brush.
again, there's no actual trees. It's just brush. There will be an actual battle map. I didn't get a
Is
chance
there
to find
trees
one
here?
during the session. Trees are on the other side of the road, away from the river. You have the river. You have tall grass and bushes that are concealing you right now. But once again, it is all grassland.
Okay.
And once again, I will have a proper battle map next week. I did not anticipate us getting to here.
So wait, is
Anton-
it grassland or is it coastal because of the
Okay, it is. I'm saying grassland for the sake of
just on the
for
small
like
scale,
visual
sorry.
reference.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, just the wordage confused
No,
me.
I understand. No, the terrain, the environment is coastal, but like with your eyeballs, it's tall grasses, small bushes, and stuff that's closer to the river, and then the farther away you get from the river on the other side of the road, it starts to develop into forest.
Gotcha.
But it's not like thick old forest. It's just trees that are 20 feet tall, maybe 30 feet, spindly little fuckers.
So, seeing that Carlos and Vin are near the front over here, Anton is going to draw his sword and, get his shield out and all that, and move up in hopes to assist Carlos with protecting Vin.
Oh. Okay.
Yep, sounds good to me. And that means the last two groups of riders make their way up. How much time do we have left? 3 minutes. Okay, we'll do one more turn and then.
-2 minutes.
Oh, it's -2 minutes?
Yeah, the clock started late.
Okay. Well, then we'll we'll end the session with the horde bearing down, just so that we can get into a proper full combat next week. Hell yeah, with music and a real map that has better visual representation of the environment and all of the fun. Fight some goblins on wargs. And I will have goblin on warg, or at least warg models, not this silliness. Okay, cool. Anyways, yeah, fighting finally after a while, actual combat.
My God, they're legion.
It's been a minute or two. There's only 12 of them. There's 6 of you.
Yeah, just kill 2 each, guys.
Yeah. The pacifist will get 2 of them.
Yeah.
Look,
He will-
I'll get 2 or 3.
Okay, I'll try.
Okay.
You're right.
Maybe all the wargs and their riders know who Vinshenzo Cairona is, and they're actually coming for like
Autographs.
like autographs. Yeah.
They're murdering people.
Well, I
yeah,
didn't
that's
say
just
they
what
were
they do
good.
normally.
Yeah.
just desperate to meet him.
It's just fucking murder their way up to their.
Ah,
up to their
yes. What better
celebrity.
autograph than taking his head?
Please, please sign this severed arm. I did it for you.
Hell yeah.
And if you get stuck in too deep, remember at least 2 of you have friends to call upon.
Wait,
Of us.
Wait, 2 of us?
2 of you. One is obvious. The other one is less so obvious.
they know
but he
about it?
was directly. Yes, they do. They got told by the person that they were speaking to, very specifically.
2 of us.
2 of us.
You, Vinshenzo.
Oh, who's that?
It's the first thing your wife told you. The West Marches has Cairona friends needed.
Okay, I'll send a message to Cairona friends.
No, more the point is that you have. Well, you didn't fucking ask more about it, but you know that you said that there's friends in the area, so fuck you. It's your fault for not pursuing it further.
I only have 25 words, Chris.
And you chose to use those 25 words to say.
Please have
How
a
wet is your
rep-
pussy exactly?
replacement wedding band crafted for me.
No, you decided
God.
to spend 25 words saying that you're capricious.
That was my first message, wasn't it?
No, it was your first message said, "Hey, city's under siege. We've left. We're safe." And then your wife said, "Hey, just so you know, it's getting pretty shitty up there. Come home soon. There's friends in the area if you need them." And then you're like, "Cool shit. My friends are fucking retarded. They can't make up their minds."
I mean,
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, that's
It's okay. It was all in the past.
That's what
Point
I
is, just
said.
in case you didn't pick up on it, your wife did say that their friends of the house are in the West Marches, which is where you are.
I mean, that goes
I
without
mean,
saying.
like you said, you only have 25 words to ask, and she only has 25 words to respond. So, getting the message
and
across.
Yeah, all right. I guess that's on me.
It's not. Well, it's on both of us together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Here you go.
Excellent work.
That's this week's session. Congratulations. You're all about to get into combat with wargs.
Orcs. Rawr.
Let's do this. Next week.
Nephis will not watch his companions die.
Vin will.
Oh,
Look,
shit.
if shit hits the fan, I'll just call in a fucking airstrike.
Look, if my weapon breaks and you're not helping, I'm at least using you.
Nephis is gonna float down the river. Good luck, everybody, you fucking idiots. I'm not
Why
joking.
would you
that
stay
is
on the
gonna be the
same
first
side of the river? If there's danger on this side of the river, just swim across.
It goes south. That's where we had to go anyways. Just float. Dumbass.
So it seems I wasn't wrong when I said that
Amazing.
before.
Said what?
When we were at the camp, I was just like, "Oh, it's fine. He can take the river. He'll just float down."
Oh yeah, that was the plan all along. Well,
I guess everybody have a splendid
Amazing.
night now.
Okay, well, I hope you guys enjoyed the session. I hope, I hope you all have a good evening and see you on the weekend or not if you don't If you don't show up, that's cool too.
I won't
See
be able
you.
to
See
make
you
it.
whenever you're around. I'm gonna leave now.
Oh,